Wait a moment. This isn't a furry visual novel. Hello everyone, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming. Some of you know me on Twitter, The Gaming Drag, and today I'm coming at you with another Let's Play episode of No More Future, and I've got Sedge with me again.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, mic's working great.
Yes, the mic is working. And people have been wanting to know more about this character, so I'm guessing today we're going to find out a bit more, am I right?
Yeah.
Perfect, alright. So are you going to voice him?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, let us begin.
Huh?
Your sudden exclamation almost causes the young Drake to drop his tablet to the floor, but he somehow manages to catch it mid-fall before it could reach the ground. Even so, that device is far from his biggest concern now. The dragon looks thoroughly shocked, like someone just threw a gun on him.
Do I know you?
His question dispels all doubts in your mind and fills you with unbridled happiness. It really is him! Nemurin, your old friend from high school and college. It's been almost half a year since you last saw him, and yet this is definitely him. I'm so glad. We last spoke was ages ago. I know it's been a long time, and that you've likely forgot about me by now, but I'm so sorry, that was all my fault. But now that we have a chance to talk again, I can... Do what, exactly? You're not quite sure. It's been so long since you last saw each other, and so much has happened. Your malady, first and foremost. That cancer truly did destroy your life. It forced you to abandon your college, abandon your friends, abandon everything you knew, and all you got in return was a cold hospital bed. Nem was there for you at first, calling you every day after school to catch up, trying to make you feel like everything was going to be alright, like you were just a few steps away from returning to your normal life. But in time, that hope disappeared alongside all of your chances at survival. When contact between you two abruptly ceased one day, you didn't even try to find out what happened. You thought of him a couple times, when you weren't thinking of your impending doom. But every time that happened, you told yourself he was better off without you, that it was better to cut all ties with the rest of the world early, before it was too late. And so your friendship died alongside your old body, another remnant of your past, pushed back into the depths of your memory in a desperate attempt to numb the pain. Is it even fair to call him your friend, after abandoning him so carelessly? After not even trying to reconnect following your transition, in spite of how much you wish to start over with everyone you once knew? The only answer you can come up with is a resounding no. I guess it really doesn't matter after all. I should probably...
Wait, that voice. I know that voice.
Just as you're about to bolt from your seat, your head once again stuck in a never-ending loop of fears and past regrets, you hear the Drake's inquisitive voice shout out at you once more. You turn your gaze towards the Drake, half panicked and half hopeful, only to find his eyes burrowed into yours like a scholar trying to decipher the hieroglyphs of some long-lost civilization.
Not quite the same voice as I recall, and your looks are most certainly different as well, but... Isaac?
Nem sounds just as shocked as you were upon first realizing his identity, but there's more to his tone than that.
It's been so long.
He also sounds happy, glad, relieved. You kind of feel a little embarrassed right now, truth be told, and very ashamed as well. Yep, that's me, I think. I know this is a lot to take in, but...
You can say that again. It feels like I'm living a dream all of a sudden. But as crazy as this all sounds, there's so much stake in that voice, that's for sure. The way you said my name, like you're calling an old friend. Everything just clicked all of a sudden. I know it's you in there now, Isaac. And you have no idea how happy I am to see you, friend.
Your old friend's words warm up your cold, synthetic body like no hot beverage ever could. Though you were worried at first that your friend had completely forsaken you, it seems destiny chose to be kind to you for once. There's still so much you wish to ask, so many things you'd like to confirm. However, before you can do any of that, Nim excitedly resumes the conversation.
Bill, this is insane. All of us talk about this weird android running around town, looking all dangerous and stuff. I never expected it to be you. What are the odds we meet again in a place like this? Especially if we're looking like that.
Weird and dangerous comments aside, you have to agree, this meeting really was an unexpected coincidence, not that you're complaining. Honestly, I didn't expect I'd run into you here either. You look like a totally different person yourself.
Oh, that. Yeah, I guess look a little different as well. So much has changed since we last saw each other since I left college.
Wait, you left college? Last you heard, he was well on his way to take care of some of his first year exams while trying to decide what major he wanted to pursue. What changed since then to make him drop out? Did something happen?
It's a pretty long story, not gonna lie. Maybe we should save it for another time.
Oh, I noticed that Rook's no longer there.
Nah, he's there, he's just behind Isaac.
Oh, okay.
But hey, on the bright side, giving me inspiration to touch out my look the way I always wanted. I look a lot prettier now, don't you think?
It's clear that your friend is in no mood to discuss the topic further at present, and you can't honestly blame him, all things considered. You decide to respect his wishes for now, and simply talk about the topics he feels comfortable discussing. Honestly, I was a little surprised at first, but I really dig the new look. I think it suits you.
Aw, thanks. I was hoping you'd say that. Honestly, not everybody at home liked a change. But the clients here seem to like it for the most part, or at the very least didn't seem to mind. Either way, I always treasure your opinion about all the others, so I'm really glad you like it.
Seeing your old friend look so cheerful is enough to put a smile on your face. You can't recall the last time you saw your friend look so proud and content, but you know for sure that it was far too long ago. You're glad that you're having this conversation right now, taking some time to catch up, but most of all, you're glad that Nem feels the same way you do.
Bill, talk about an extreme makeover. You're like an actual android now, right? I can't even think of what must have happened to you in the last few months.
Yeah, it's a long, long story.
Oh, it's alright. I have time.
You raise a figurative eyebrow at the Drake's exclamation. Are you sure? Aren't you on the clock right now?
I am, but...
The young man invites you to look around, his gaze focused on the rest of the customers sitting down at their tables. None of them seem distressed or in need of assistance, and most are indeed enjoying their meals without making much of a fuss. Some do glance at your table from time to time, but it seems like most people have judged you to be harmless for the time being. Either way, it seems like the Dragon services won't be needed around those tables for a while at least.
See? We can chat for a few minutes, no problem. Besides, not every day does your best friend come back from the dead. Especially not in such a cool new getup. You really owe me a story on that one. I don't care if my coworkers come complaining. You're far more important to me than a few customers. Oh, really?
A familiar face suddenly pops up behind the Drake, unsettling and surprising you both. The woman's arms are crossed to display her contempt, her eyes clearly upset at the sight of her panicked coworker.
Oh, hey, Daph. Oh, hey. Well, worse if someone just tried to shove all his work onto me like I'm some kind of pushover Nemurin.
She really sounds angry this time, and you don't exactly blame her for it. Nem never was the sort of person to take studying or working seriously. While oftentimes this aspect of him has amused you in the past, today it's definitely showing its downsides.
It's not like that. The tables outside have already been taken care of. I was just... Maybe the ones outside are good to go. The ones inside are still waiting for their orders. Like you bothered to check. Honestly, what is wrong with her?
Daphne's expression takes a sudden, unexpected turn as she finally notices you.
Isaac?
As the instigator of this awkward scene, you feel a little embarrassed as you reply, Hey. The girl's attitude or tone of voice don't dull a single bit as she includes you in the argument. In fact, as she speaks, you can't help but notice a little bit of resentment in her voice for whatever reason.
Didn't expect to see you again so soon. You stalking me or something?
What? No!
Then why are you here? I've never seen you on these parts before, and it's not like this place is close to home.
The fierce-looking girl looks at you with an inquisitive, unnerving gaze. You can't tell whether she's upset by your presence, Nemurin's attitude, or something else entirely. In spite of that, you try to answer her query as calmly and politely as you can. Well, for one, I was feeling pretty hungry. Well, not physically, but you know what I mean. I didn't even get a chance to have breakfast today, so I thought I could compensate by eating lunch here.
Right.
The human still looks completely unconvinced, though you don't let that get to you as you continue. Secondly, I also came here to give you...
Hold on a sec. You two know each other?
Nem seems to fall from the clouds as he interrupts you mid-explanation. You hear the human sigh in annoyance as she replies to his query.
We're acquainted, as of yesterday.
For some reason, you find yourself a little dejected by Daphne's uncertain explanation. You recall the two of you becoming friends last night, but for some reason she seems a little wary of declaring herself as such right now. Maybe she's not as comfortable hanging around you as you initially thought. Before you can make the foolish mistake of asking her for clarifications, however, the girl immediately fills the silence with a question of her own.
Are you? You two friends or something?
We're old friends, yeah. Haven't seen each other in half a year now.
We're best friends is what we are.
The dragon is quick to correct you in his usual energetic flair.
Or we were, until this appeared because of his complications.
The implications of Nem's statement are enough to sour the mood for everyone present. Most of all, for you.
Honestly, I never thought I'd hear from Isaac again, and yet here he is. It's like a miracle. So as you can see, we're having a bit of a moment here. I'm sure we'll complain if me and Isaac catch up for a little longer.
The Drake seems pretty adamant to continue your conversation together, but Daphne remains unconvinced, and frankly, so are you.
Nemurin, we're a little in the middle of service. Get a grip. Oh, don't pretend like you wouldn't say the same things if you were in my shoes. Every day that your friends return from beyond the grave in a shiny robot body.
All this talk about coming back from the dead is slowly beginning to creep you out, truth be told, though you can't fault Nemurin for his enthusiasm as he talks about your reunion. It's more so the topic itself that is a little unnerving. Luckily, the human is quick to try and distance herself from it.
Could happen to anyone else. Especially me. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. This is stuff of miracles. Surely that's more important than... Regardless, we're both still on the job. You know how much I hate this place already. Even when I don't have to take over your duties as well.
The young waiter doesn't appreciate his coworker's seriousness, but after giving her words some thought, he can do nothing but sigh and agree with her points.
Alright. You win, I get it. Oh, don't act like I'm some kind of nanny or something. You know what time of the day it is. Those guys could arrive at any moment, and the last thing I want is to...
Those guys? Before you can ask the human who she's referring to, you hear the sound of many people laughing and chatting coming from somewhere behind you. As you turn around, you find a group of about a dozen men and women near the entrance of the cafe. Their jackets and trousers are signed by the most well-known names in fashion, unlike the rest of the patrons who dress about as well as you did back in college, and their voices are so loud they put the trains on the station to shame. The soon-to-be customers appear to be lost in a deep and rather exhilarating conversation. The topic, if their gazes are of any indication, is you. Are they here because of you, you wonder? Has news of your visit to this establishment already reached the web, attracting swarms of people like yesterday's video did to Bloomberg Station? Likely not, judging from Daphne's reaction. The young woman scoffs at their arrival as if it were nothing more than a regular occurrence.
Right on fucking time. God damn it. Also, be taking longer to show up.
Nem turns to face his colleague, his eyes looking extremely apologetic out of the blue.
Shoot. I totally lost track of time. I got so caught with Isaac, I forgot. Never mind, that doesn't matter. Is there anything I can do to help you deal with them? If only it was that easy. But no. Our piece of shit manager wants to be handled personally from start to finish. He doesn't want to have a way to distract our guests. If you want to help out, all you can do is keep the rest of the tables happy until those jerks are gone. Which could take anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours.
Though Daphne's expression speaks miles of how angry she is at her duties, you still have no idea why she's feeling this way to begin with. Nem does seem to be aware of her worries, however, and it doesn't take him long to agree to the woman's request.
Alright, you got it. Either that means I'll have to leave Isaac alone for a while.
With her coworker convinced to do his part, Daphne finally turns to face you.
Well, I guess this means it's back to work for us. Have you already made your order?
You're momentarily taken by surprise as you once again become the focus of the conversation, but it doesn't take you long to answer the human's query nonetheless. Yeah, Nem already took care of that a while ago.
Great. We'll bring you your stuff once it's ready. It should only take a few minutes. It's all prepackaged stuff anyway. Hey, you're not supposed to say it to the customers.
The girl chuckles at her coworker's comment, evidently feeling relaxed enough around the two of you to make jokes like that without fear of reprisal.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, catch you later, alright?
After those brief words of farewell, Daphne leaves your table and heads towards the large group of people at the entrance, seemingly intent on leading them to their table herself. Your old friend gives you one last look before leaving as well, his eyes more hopeful than ever.
We dare leave before I come back, alright? I still got plenty of things to tell you.
Of course! I'll be waiting. And so the Drake disappears into the maze of tables and umbrellas himself, taking care of all the customers that his coworker is too busy to check up on. You can't help but feel a little upset at how quickly that conversation went. Now that you've rekindled your friendship with Nem, there's so many things you wish to share with him, so much catching up you've yet to do. But the circumstances you've met and probably won't allow you to do any of that. It's like winning the lottery, only to lose half the jackpot in taxes. It definitely leaves a bit of a sour taste in your mouth instead of the sweetness you were looking forward to.
He seems like a nice guy.
A chippy familiar voice once again takes you by surprise in the midst of your pondering. How long have you been listening? I thought you were busy with those documents or whatever.
I was listening the whole time. Or trying to anyway. Hard to work on both things at once. I was looking at a video feed though, and I didn't catch everything you said. Truth be told, I'm barely halfway done. But breaks are important, even Mary agrees. So I might as well check up on you until your friends return.
Looks like you're not going to be alone with your thoughts after all. You're not sure whether to feel relieved or slightly annoyed.
Anyway, who was the Nem guy? I never heard you talking about him before.
Yeah, I guess I never told you much about who I was before the transition, huh?
Well, to be fair, you're well within your rights to keep this stuff to yourself. I don't want to feel like I'm being annoying or anything. Though I have to ask, did you never tell me about him because you were hoping to forget him?
No, absolutely not. In fact, he's one of the people from my past life that I used to hold the most dear. You take a moment to sort through your head, not wanting to make your explanation any longer or more confusing than it needs to be. The two of us have been friends since kindergarten. We used to meet up after school a lot to study and play together, most of the time behind my parents' back. They weren't all that keen on me going to other people's places. But we kept it up for over a decade, and we only grew closer and closer as we did so. He was one of the few people I could really be myself around without worrying.
I see. But then, how come you never mentioned him before?
Your expression considerably saddens as you're forced to confront the motivations behind your actions. I guess I just thought that bridge had been burned a long time ago. Ever since I stopped talking to him out of fear, during the last few months of my hospital stay, I was terrified of what would happen if I ever saw him again. I guess it was a little hypocritical, given how worried I was over my family. Not your proudest moment, in all honesty. You're probably going to feel ashamed for your actions for a long time to come.
Well, maybe you were just worried because you care for him the most. Maybe you just want to try and forget him because the pain of losing him was too much to bear.
You lay silent in your seat, motionless. You feel your body twitching all over in a fit of sadness and rage as you admit to yourself that Natalie's probably right.
Oh dear, I did it again, didn't I? I'm so sorry, Isaac. I didn't...
It's okay. I know you didn't mean to hurt me with that. I just need some more time to process everything is all. I still can't believe I accidentally found him like that, working at a random bar I've never even heard of before. Nim referred to it as a miracle earlier. You're not quite as religious as the rest of your family, but perhaps there was some truth in his words after all.
Anyway, before I say something else I may regret, want to hear something interesting?
You raise a figurative eyebrow at the canine's remark, curious as to what she's interested in discussing. I'm all ears.
So, about this Daphne you were looking for. She's the only female employee working at that bar, isn't she?
You briefly stutter as you ponder the implications of her question, then take a brief look around the cafe. The only woman you can see tending the tables is indeed your friend, who still appears to be handling that large table with the new arrivals and ignoring all the others nearby. It's quite an odd sight for sure. Rather than taking their orders or helping them out in any way, she seems solely interested in conversing and laughing with the well-dressed customers, almost as though she were one of them. No, that can't be right. Though she does wear a smile around those people, and it's not at all like the one she shared in your company last night. Is she playing a character? Is she even feeling comfortable at all?
Whoa, that's her?
You hear Natalie almost shout in your ears all of a sudden, causing you to fall from the clouds once again.
Where's her nose?
Now that's a good question, though definitely one you have the time to address at present.
What? Fuck. There's not a knot? Definitely not one you have the time to address at present. Fuck, I forgot the knot! I'm gonna die.
We're beta testing.
Fucking hell. Ah. And then there's also the one in chapter 1 that there's like a mistake in chapter 1 where somebody refers to you as he no matter what pronoun you choose, and it's been haunting me since the very fucking start of this VN. Oh,
Oh my...
I hate programming. I hate writing VNs. Damn it.
But you're so good at it.
This is embarrassing. Ah, whatever. Let's finish this section and then we can
Okay.
stop here.
Okay.
Uh,
Ignore it. That's just the way she looks.
oh, I see. Sorry. I guess that was a little rude after all. Though I guess that seals the deal. The reviews really were all about her.
What reviews again?
The ones I mentioned earlier, before I went silent. About this place.
That's right. Now you remember. All that stuff sort of faded from your mind as soon as Nemurin showed up, alongside any real interest in the mystery behind this place's reputation.
I'm giving a quick read now that I have time, and... oh gosh, where do I even start?
What do you mean?
All the top reviews, or at least the ones that could share the most, mention interesting, unique, or sometimes exotic waitress at some point in the description. Every last one of them.
Hold on, are you for real? Interesting, unique, and exotic? Those aren't exactly the words you used to describe Daphne, first and foremost because of their crudeness. Yet those appear to be the thoughts of the people who left these reviews.
Not gonna lie, this is some seriously creepy stuff. Even the reviewers who were never served by her couldn't stop talking about her. It's actually insane. Like, I get it, she looks weird and maybe a little scary, but some of this stuff is seriously messed up. Not even girls on dating sites are obsessed over this much. Is she some kind of famous influencer or something?
Well, you're curious about Natalie's supposed knowledge over dating apps and websites. You're too invested in this mystery at the moment to worry about that for now. Not to my knowledge, no, though I suppose this explains why those people over there seem so interested in her. You take a look at Daphne, who's still dealing with those same people from earlier. Now that Natalie mentions it, they all seem strangely fixated on her for some reason. What exactly are those people so interested in? Is it her looks, her mannerisms, her favorite conversation topics, or perhaps... While you ponder about that, you notice someone intruding on that unsettling oasis. Nemurin suddenly exits the building and approaches that table, much to Daphne's surprise and the patron's chagrin. He exchanges some words with the people present, who all suddenly turn to stare at you for a moment. If, before you felt more or less ignored by the people present, now you're once again the center of attention. As you try to hide away from their curious and unsettled gazes, you spot the human taking her leave from that annoying-looking group. She hurries towards the cafe's entrance while Nemurin seemingly takes over that table for the time being. You don't even have time to question what just happened as Natalie addresses you once again.
Well, that's about all I wanted to say. I gotta get back to my job now. If all goes well, I should be done everything in 20 minutes or so.
That's great! Maybe this means I'll be able to introduce you to some of my friends later. The canine can't stop herself from gleefully snickering at your proposal, seemingly rather excited.
Of course. I'd love to meet him for myself. See you later, Isaac.
And with that, Natalie's voice once again disappears from your head, leaving you to your own devices. What she shared with you about your friend and this place's reputation still lingers in your head. Something's clearly going on, and you have absolutely no clue what that could be. Between your earlier discussion with Bradbury, Mary, and Jasper, your unexpected meeting with Nemurin, and this new mystery going on with Daphne, today's morning has certainly been more eventful than ever. Hopefully your human friend will be able to shed some light on her situation the next time you see her, assuming she's even willing to talk about it, that is. Looks like you won't have to wait much longer for that to happen after all. You immediately spot Daphne coming out of the cafe, carrying all sorts of foods and beverages in silver trays carefully balanced on her arms. At first you mistakenly believe that the girl is heading towards that other group on the other side of the cafe, but you're surprised to see her turning in your direction instead. Her expression is still zen. What's up?
We can probably stop here.
Okay. That'll work.
Yeah. Big section coming up, and we might as well save it for next episode.
Okay. Ah, man, this is cool. I'm guessing these people are interested in her, or people leaving reviews because she's like the only human for like a long. I don't know. I guess anywhere.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
That's pretty cool.
You're probably right, but we'll have to see.
Okay, awesome. Sedge, I want to thank you so much for being with me here again, doing this with me.
No problem.
Hey guys, I'm going to put a link up to the Ukraine bundle that Sedge has provided for me. What's up?
I think it's actually expired by now.
Okay.
Yep, if you didn't buy it already, you're probably fucked. Sorry.
Okay, alright. Well, there you have it, folks. You're fucked. Alright, but thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to the next video. I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!
Bye.